Hey, beautiful sisters. My name is Karen, and I'm so incredibly excited for those of you who are going to be linking arms with me starting this Wednesday for prep for our Body Kindness Grace Camp. There are so many of you who are still interested, and either I need you to friend request me so we can just have a conversation behind the scenes, or feel free to ask questions below. But the goal of this video is just to kind of give you the heart behind the theme, breakdown of what this really is going to look like so you can make a decision with confidence and clarity. I've been a Beachbody coach for over 2 years, and a lot of people maybe get hesitant when they hear the word Beachbody and they're not so sure what it's about. Ultimately, I'm a certified personal trainer, and I've always had this passion in my heart to specifically help women, get healthy here, on the inside and in their mind, because that's what transforms our life. We can't live a transformed life without a renewed mind. I'm that person who battled binge eating disorder, anxiety, and depression, OCD. I'm also a licensed social worker, and so I'm very familiar with the diagnoses, and I've battled 6 years of just trying to mold myself and fit myself into every definition of beauty the world was trying to offer me. That the entire approach I took to wellness was all about punishment, harassing myself, bullying myself. I was tired of myself. And, once I started to really begin this journey of giving God the pen to write my story, to write my health chapter, because I'd given him the pen to write everything else, like my marriage, my relationships, my career. But with my health, I was always like, nope, I'm going to write this one. And obviously, I did not do a great job writing my story with my health. And so it was a long process of humility and giving God the pen. And in the last 3 years, I really feel like I've been given a new pair of eyes to learn how to love myself, to learn how to accept where my body is and the seasons that it goes through. Before pregnancy, during pregnancy when all of that change happened, and then after pregnancy and almost feeling like I was starting over. And I just started to pray over this theme for actually a long time, about 7 months. And I didn't feel like it was the right time for me to lead from the front until I really was set free from a lot of my old negative bullying patterns. And so all of my groups, every single month, because I've been running groups like 28 months in a row, I've helped over 250 women, and so every single group has the same concept in that we work out, from home. You can take it to the gym, but they're home-based workouts. You can do them anywhere, and we focus on simple nutrition. You have access to tons and tons of meal plans, so you and I will work together a little bit one-on-one to figure out what your goals are, what your vision is for your life, and talk about your specific meal plan based on your body and your needs. And then we use this private free app, which I love. It's away from social media, and we just get to do life together. What does that mean? A lot of people say that we do life together. That means that as your coach, I don't want you just to be talking to me about your physical life. I did my workout today, Karen. I did this, Karen. No, I want to get to know you, and I want you to get to know me. I want to hear the highs and the lows of your day, the marriage, your kids. Tell me about your kids. And I'll tell you about my son, and become kind of a part of each other's lives. When women empower women, amazing things happen. And I tried to do this journey for so long by myself because of pride and just feeling like I don't need anybody else. I can do this. And I was far off from the truth. The only reason I've been so consistent with my wellness during my pregnancy and after my pregnancy is 1,000% the women in my virtual health groups that hold me accountable every day. And it's not in like a Karen, did you show up? No, it's love, it's passion, it's just so beautiful. And so running these groups, can you tell, it just gets me so excited because I've seen the success. I've seen women break bondages and break chains and, learn how to not determine their worth by the scale. And so the theme of body kindness, we are going to be using the book Body Kindness by Rebecca Scritchfield, and it's a big book where there's no way we're going to get through all this amazing content in 25 days. But I'm going to be picking up nuggets and really walking with us, including myself, on how do we approach wellness from a grace perspective. I always call them boot camps, but this time around I was like, I'm going to call it a grace camp. Boot camp is so military. It's so like, da, da, da. That's not what I want for this. I want this to be with the approach of grace. That doesn't mean enabling yourself to skip a workout and eat junk. That's not what grace is. But grace is when you've put your best foot forward and you've attacked it with excellence, but sometimes things just happen, and you've got to extend grace. It's looking in the mirror and actually giving yourself positive affirmations and being gentle with your body. And so in these groups, you get access to what we call the Netflix of workouts. Literally, like over 600 workout programs, tons of styles: boxing, Pilates, yoga, strength, high intensity interval training, dance, like just everything you can think of, maternity workouts, postpartum workouts that you get at your fingertips. And you and I get to talk about not just your meal plan, but what do you like to do for workouts? Do you absolutely hate working out? Because then we got to find you something fun that doesn't feel like you're working out. How much time do you have? 10 minutes, 20, 25, 30? Do you have an hour? Like, we have something for everybody. What Beachbody On Demand has done, this Netflix of workouts, is it's taken away the excuses. If you want to work out in a gym, great. But if there's a day it's raining or it's snowing and you just need something to do from home, we've got that. We've got workouts with equipment or not equipment. And so that's one of the things you get access to. And in addition to that, not only do you get all the programs, you get all the programs' meal plans. So you've got access to tons of meal plans, including what's called our Fixate cooking show. You literally get a cooking show. And so I want to show you because, I wasn't planning on showing you all of this live right now, but I want to because I think it's important for you to understand what you're going to be getting. So this is what it's going to look like. Beachbody On Demand is full of so much that, again, these are all workout programs, and I don't want you overwhelmed. We're just going to walk through what makes sense for you. Fixate Cooking Show, like I said, is absolutely amazing. You get tons and tons of recipes, and if you're a visual person, then you get to kind of watch them do it. They're 5 to 6 minute videos teaching you about meal prep. It's just really great. So that's part one. Part two is included in your challenge pack is going to be something called Shakeology. A lot of people have misunderstandings about it. You might even X me out if you hear that word. But again, just give me a chance here to stay open. I am a personal trainer, right? For the last 6 years, I've done every protein shake out there. And so when I was approached with Shakeology, I didn't understand why it was such a big investment. I've always been like the cheap person, to be honest. Like, if it's cheap, it's fine. But I started to do some research, and I just started to look into America's agriculture and why is our food not as nutrient dense? What happened? Where's the disconnect? All the pollution infusing into our soils, producing food that even if it's clean, it just doesn't have as many nutrients. So one of the articles I read recently said that an apple today only has 25% of the nutrients it did 100 years ago. And I was like, oh my goodness, because I eat pretty clean. But you're telling me that no matter how clean I eat, my body's always deprived of certain nutrients, which explains why we get tons of cravings. It explains why we're low energy. It explains why we're not regular, TMI, but for real. And so Shakeology does that. It's over 70 superfoods in your body: vitamins, minerals, probiotics, antioxidants. I had always respected it when I started it because I'm a big skeptic. I literally saw the 30-day money-back guarantee, which you have, and I was like, honey, we get a 30-day. I was like 1,000% convinced I was going to return it and just get my money back and enjoy a full bag of Shakeology and then whatever. Like, thank you. But I saw the change. I didn't notice energy because I'm super energetic naturally, but my husband did. What I noticed was the cravings being curbed. And I noticed the regularity, and that was big for me because I struggled with not being regular. And so, I started to dig in, and when I became pregnant, I'll never forget this. I had been drinking it for about a year at that point, and I gave it to my doctor, and she and I had a really good relationship, and I was like, Lucy, please don't shut this down because you don't know it. I'm just going to ask that you please look at the ingredients for me and tell me if it's safe to drink while I'm pregnant, and I'll follow your instructions. I just need you to do, research it. So she did. She was great. She took the packet, came back to me a week later. She called me on a Saturday, and she was like, hey, I looked into it. It's all food. It's clean. You actually don't really need to take a prenatal pill. This will give you and your baby everything you both need in terms of fuel. And I remember just my jaw dropping on the phone because at that point I'd only been drinking it a year. Like, I wasn't even a coach yet, by the way. And I was like, what? And so my respect went 1,000 notches. Now, not only is it so incredibly good for you and important for your body, guys, it's brainless. It's brainless. I'm a busy mom. I run a couple of businesses from home, and I've got my 1-year-old. And so for me to have one meal every day that I don't have to prep, that is easy, that is brainless, that tastes like a Reese's peanut butter shake or whatever, we have so many different flavors, we can walk through that. I'm in. I want a brainless meal. Like, think about, is there a meal every day that you tend to skip because it's just like, it's too much thinking, or a time of day that you feel like you get the munchies and you eat junk, like 3 o'clock for me, that's where I put Shakeology in. I love drinking it, but I've now been recently eating it. Like, I make a Shakeology oat bowl, and I love that, and it keeps me full for like 3 to 4 hours. It's amazing. And so you get that in your package. You also get these containers. They're color-coded, and so we don't count calories at all. We count colors. It's beautiful. It's all about focusing on nutrients, because your body craves nutrients, not calories. And so we look at that together. We look at colors. We eat the rainbow literally. And if it fits the container, you eat it. There's no deprivation. I fit pizza in my containers. I fit ice cream into my containers. It's just all about focusing on portions. That's it. And so that's how you get all the workouts for an entire year, access to everything for an entire year, 30-day supply of Shakeology, the containers, and a shaker cup. If this is interesting to you, if you're like, Karen, this all sounds pretty amazing, and you want to talk more with me, can you please message me? Literally, today or tomorrow morning at latest is the last day to sign up, because it takes 5 to 7 days for at least your shake and your containers to come here, and we start Wednesday with prep. So I want to get in touch with you. I want to talk more with you. So get in touch with me. And even if you miss the deadline, I'll get you in. Just talk. And if you feel like this sounds amazing, but groups intimidate me, something I started 2 months ago, 2 months ago, is one-on-one coaching. So if you're like, this sounds great, but I need a couple weeks to save up, maybe I'll miss the group, but could we do this together one-on-one? I'll do that with you. I'd be more than happy. We could still go through body kindness one-on-one together, and I'll tell you how that system works. But so that's just a little bit about this group, the heart behind this group. And I really am praying for each of you, for those of you who have said yes, for those of you who are still thinking about it, and even if it's not the right season, because I believe in timing, that's okay. I'm always here when you're ready. And I just hope you guys have a great day, and I'll be waiting to hear from you.